of what they are stating in the appeal. So the inquest had been going on after they have been refused representation. The next thing they did is for them to halt. The next plan which they really did was to halt the proceedings of the inquest. They filed again another application before the court, which is stay of proceeding, that the coroner inquest should stop, should be halted until the determination of their appeal. They got that judgment from the High Court that okay, they got the approval from the High Court that okay, let the coroner inquest stay or have a stay of proceedings, which took place today. I met with them, I met with different parties, I asked questions, I inquire about what is happening. Well, so far so good. The stay of proceedings and the halt in the proceedings by the inquest was done by Bankole and Smith. And that is not to say that their application or their appeal at the High Court will be favorable. It was just a pause. It has nothing to do with the ongoing inquest, and there is no game in it. It was done, and when the inquest started, you see, I'm beginning to suspect Bankole and Smith and those who are engaging them, because we must be critical and be vigilant in whatever we say or whatever we do. They got the approval for the stay of execution or for the stay of proceedings. What they did was to send the approval to Sanshitu on phone before this time, in order to discourage the man from coming to the inquest. But because the man understands how law and court, how it works, he proceeded by coming with his team of lawyers, mobilize his team, let us go. When we get to the court, we are going to understand it, we are going to know the decision of the court, whether the stay of proceedings. Yes.
Was Bankole and Smith supposed to WhatsApp with that?
Well, they are lawyers and senior lawyers in the bar. Whatever way and manner they report to themselves, I'm still coming there. He can do it via any form. But the problem there is this. It was sent to him via phone, and the man had seen it. I think the motive was to make the son not to show up at the court. But the man, because he understood what he was doing and is hell-bent in getting justice for Mohbad, he proceeded and he came fully prepared that, well, whatever decision of the court, we are going to see whether there will be proceedings today or we are going to go home without any cross-examination. When the magistrate came out, after each introduction by different lawyers, Sanshitu stood up and said, I got an approval of stay of proceedings filed by Smith and Bankole for us to halt this proceeding, and it was sent to me. I have it on my phone. That can the court take a decision on that? The magistrate said, well, so far so good. The court has not gotten anything regarding that. The thing was not sent to the court at when it was sent to Barrister Sanshitu. The magistrate stood up. The magistrate raised his voice to ask all the lawyers in the court, that did anybody receive any notification of stay of proceedings? All of them in one voice said they didn't get anything. It was only sent to Barrister Shitu. We should question why. Why was it sent to Barrister Shitu alone? It wasn't sent to the court, it wasn't sent to other lawyers. And you had contact of so many lawyers because it wasn't their first time of appearing in court. Why was it sent to Barrister Shitu alone? Immediately the judge said, well, I don't think I have time to entertain that because the court has not received any notification for stay of proceedings. We have to go ahead. And the pathologist was called into the witness box. And lo and behold, my people in justice for Mohbad, today happens to be the happiest day to me of this justice for Mohbad. Why? Because the Lagos State autopsy, the pathologist, and the entire process of both autopsy and toxicology were exposed by a committed and a start stammering like a crying baby. It was made known that, look, what you brought to the court as autopsy report should not be admitted as a statement of fact, should not be admitted as a document to rely upon. He highlighted a lot of things that I'm sure Naimoli, Toyin Peperempe, Biodun Lawal, and every other will support and will quote word by word of what the pathologist said and the questions pushed to him, because this is like the inquest I was expecting. I put it to you that was always the constant statement. Putting it to you is a statement that I'm familiar with when an inquest is being run. I put it to you that what you brought to us was not shouldn't be admissible. That it was your job that you brought to the court was a job in process. It wasn't concluded. He highlighted that, look, it was stated that further examination should be done, and you brought it. It was stated that the drug administered on Mohbad could have triggered something, and you said nothing about that. It could have exposed a lot of things. And look, let me tell you this: all those who are beating, who are putting fear in Prime Boy has always been vindicated. Leave Prime Boy out of the matter. Face justice. Face justice. There is something wrong that is being covered. And look, exposing lies, injustice, or in a legal matter is not done in a month or 2 months. It is a process. And today, there is a lot that was exposed. Though we cannot pin it properly, but something happened that they are covering. Something happened that they are covering. It was an happy moment for me at the court today. A lot happened. The pathologist was examined. After being examined, even the female lawyer who represented the women bar whatever association asked some direct and sensitive questions as well to complement the hard work and the brave fight by Shitu, in which I am yet to see a lawyer that could have done better. I am yet to see. I can beat my chest to that. She asked a lot as insensitive questions that I know those who were there with pen and paper will let you know and will inform the house of what really happened. But let me say this. Today, it was announced that Iya Mohbad got a lawyer. Iya Mohbad lawyer was introduced in the court. So whatever motive, direction, or anything they want to do is yet to be known. A lawyer was introduced as the deceased mother, lawyer of the deceased mother. And one thing amused me a lot. shocked me a lot. Aziz Fashola, who is popularly known as Naira Marley, was represented by a lawyer, Okuobi. He was represented. But the shocking aspect of it is that the same lawyer representing Naira Marley also announced that he is taking brief for Sam Larry. And I try to sit back and think over the connection between these two individuals. But event and time, situation will unravel and will expose whatever they have in connection. But one thing I will say is this: no matter how much anyone try to cover the truth will prevail. The pathologist was well cross-examined, exposed, disgraced, and he felt disappointed in himself coming to the inquest. Immediately he was allowed to leave the witness box, he didn't sit, he had to rush out and started going, because the magistrate announced that we have an important witness that we must listen to today. After saying that, I was circumguessing who this could be. After like 5 minutes, he announced, "Where is the nurse? Where is the nurse?" Our lawyer stood up. Another lady lawyer who came to represent the nurse. After she has announced her appearance though, but she stood up and said, "Well, the nurse is not available." That she was there to represent the nurse. The magistrate now asked, "Why would the nurse not be here?" It was like a mini argument, and the woman said, "Okay, let me try to sort one or two things and know what to do." And he caught the proceedings, as in he took recess of the proceeding and said, "Okay, we should give some minutes and let's go." He went inside. She went inside. After going inside, probably he received a call or a notification came, because in the morning when I got there, I saw Barrister Bankole. I spoke with him. We had a chat. But when the call started, Barrister Bankole was nowhere to be found. He had run away. And even when Barrister Shitu was announcing the notification of the stay of proceedings, he was looking at that, can Bankole was here, come and defend what was sent to him. Barrister Bankole was nowhere to be found. He took ill, he escaped and ran away and was unable. And Barrister Shitu looked dumbfounded at what's going on. But he stood firm to make sure that the business of the day was well executed in cross-examining thoroughly the pathologist. And during the cross-examination, do you know what? It was made known to us that the team of pathologists took samples of Mohbad, but was handed over to the IPO, to the police. The police was the one that took it to the lab, and the lab transferred it to NMS, in which the woman lawyer asked,
Gurexy, the same police officer, the same AF woman.
Yes, and the question was asked, don't you think there could be an interjection during the transit? Could the sample not altered in the process of transit? He said he's not aware that he cannot say that the normal procedure, I don't know. He said even all over the world that if pathologists take sample of a corpse under corona, they hand it over to the IPO. So it's the same police that got the sample, and the samples, it was further exposed that the sample could have been changed or altered before it get to NMS. But at least the state lawyer who brought the pathologist, tried to package and defend him that look, you seal the whatever sample in a box and in a zip bag. Could it have been, will NMS have entertained it and said it? You see, all those things were exposed by barrister, by Sanshitu, because he told him that look, where on one of the pages of the report you said NMS did. He couldn't get the stamp of NMS. Was he sent to NMS directly? He said he didn't know. A lot of questions were asked for him that he was pushing to a pathologist that we never knew, a pathologist that was abroad. So after those time, the magistrate now came out later and said he got a call from the High Court that there must be stay of execution. And invariably, Barrister Smith might have gone to the High Court for them to call the magistrate that the proceedings must be stopped. So the proceedings was stopped by Smith and Bankole, who want to forcefully get involved in this case, but cannot wait patiently for the decision of the High Court whether their appeal could be approved or not. And they don't know that the magistrate that they are delaying, the magistrate that they are wasting his time, we have our own input in telling the High Court why he turned down the representation of Smith and Bankole. It's an interesting day today. Wunmi was there, Yamobad was there. A lot of individuals were there. I thought they could cross-examine certain individuals. But I know
Gurexy,
anytime...
Mr. Gurexy.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me take the conversation to people on the panel to react to what we've heard so far from Mr. Gurexy before it continues in briefing us to what happened. Neymoli, are you there, please? Are you free to talk now? Can you talk now, or I go to another person? I go to Barrister Lady.
Please, where is Toyin? Where is Toyin? Bring on Toyin. Let those who were present in the court speak first, so that
Let's allow Naimoli Toyin, people that went to the court.
That's why we're asking.
Yeah, let's. But again, it's a joke, you know.
It's a joke. Neymoli, can you talk, please?
I think she can't talk for now. I think she's driving also.
Okay, where is Mommy Retreat? Toyin said I'm on the road. Toyin cannot talk. I think for now.
We can react to what you just said, or
we can react to what Barrister, what Mr. Gurexy have said so far. We can react to it. So, Barrister Lady, you have the floor, please.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Gurexy. Thank you, Nehimuli, Toyin, Rich Grace, Mommy Rich Grace, everyone on board. And again, shout out to the peaceful protesters in Alausa today. They met with the majority leader in Alausa, and it went well. Well, at least you already said today's one of the happiest day for me too. It should be my happiest day because the pathology was disgraced. It shows and what we've been saying, and they've compromised. Can someone else talk, please? Can someone else talk? I need to attend to something. Sorry.
Mommy Lone Ranger, you can go ahead, ma.
Where is mommy? Yeah, Baba, go ahead, though. I'm happy here first. I'm still happy.
Okay, ma.
I'm happy. Oh, let me just wait for mommy.
Sorry.
Baba,
I got a call, so yeah. Can I speak now?
Yes, you can go ahead, Barrister.
Yeah, thank you, Oluwatosin. Yeah, thank you, Gurexy, for giving us little stuff that happened there today, and then it's quite clear the Lagos State government they're hiding something. The pathologist again there was disgraced, definitely, and that is why it was very important for us to do our own private autopsy and toxicology. Which is why it's even good now that they've exposed the IPO further, based on the fact that Pineapple wanted him to come as well to the inquest. Again, it's further proof that he needs to come again to the inquest, and we're going to cross-examine him based on the autopsy that was done. That I see no reason why they be transferring it to him. He's not a pathologist. He has nothing to do with that. But again, kudos. Definitely, he said kudos to Sanshitu. Again, good. And the interview again, I watched it. It was spot on. There's no need to be dragging things with anybody. Smith and Bankole, well, when there's law, there's remedy. Lawyers want to go to the court to file an application, and when they succeed, they will ensure that anyone involved needs to, get that order being done. And there's no point to go further with what the capability of Sanshitu. We believe in him, and definitely he's going to see us to the promised land. Again, thank God you said, woman. There's a woman MBA being there in the court. That's what I'm saying. There's so many lawyers in court. When people come out about public lawyer, I have so many lawyers in court. We have MBA representing the code, MBA for the women. They are there. The more the merrier. But I don't know what's going on with Smith and Bankole stuff. I have no idea about it. But again, I've seen to hear more from Neimole and Tony who were in court, so I can be able to, But based on what you said, Gurexy, thank you so much. We know what happened today. We know why there was a halt on the proceedings of the coroner inquest. Thank you so much, everyone. It's going to be a fantastic evening today. Thank you.
Yeah. Can I go ahead, sir?
Okay.
Oh, Nemoli, no, you can go ahead if you're ready. It's fine.
All right, ma'am. Thank you. Well done, everyone. Sorry, I was listening.
Thank you, Nemoli. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank God. I'm a bit settled. My movements, network issues. So that's why I wasn't going live or anything. And to those who are asking if I could stream it, I cannot stream at the court. Sorry. All phones must be on silent. It should switched off and far away from you. They almost even see Sanshitu's phone. I'm sure Gurexy can testify to that. Then again, Lady Tony Peperempe. She finished. Please, let's be on a lighter note. Please, for me to talk like this, I know the para. I'm gonna relax first. So I'm going to take you all through the journey. So I went live at some point. I want some people that were live, if they can testify to it. When I was recording and I showed where, what's this guy's name? I stated it that Wumi's lawyer was around. Then somebody was saying, is that Wumi? A lady came down in black. Please, you were all, who else was on my live? I beg, please testify to this, because this thing here is very important. This information, important. Please, Barrister Olaide, unmute yourself.
Yeah,
thank you. God bless you. No, not Shashambele. I showed Shashambele in car with his wife. There was a car that came in that I said, is this not this Wumi's lawyer, the flappy hair guys? And about two people came out. Somebody was saying, is that Wumi coming down with black? God bless you. We are going somewhere. So that lady was actually the nurse's lawyer. Please make it make sense so that by the time I start with this thing that we are listening to, you know what is going on.
So the nurse that Gurexy was talking about?
Yes. How can the lady, the lawyer, come out from the same car of a lawyer that is defending who they went to report to that Mohbad died by a nurse? How is it possible?
Wow, puzzling.
No, we are not surprised. No, Emoli, we are not surprised.
We are not surprised. No, let's not shoot. No, relax. Understand this point.
Please,
Mama, understand this point.
Okay.
Now, the question is this. You went to report to Falana. Allegedly, I'm coming here and talking. They will record. And I will tell you all, you are doing a great job. They listen to our analysis very well. From when I will be reading some of the questions, you will be able to pick where your talks are being analyzed. I jotted questions, a few, right? But along the line, one of them was trying to deviate, and they had to say, should we go with what we are hearing on the media and bring and also pin? That was the pathologist lawyer when he was interjected. Mr. Gurexy, you can also testify to that. So anyway, where I over-exaggerate, mute me and say, wale. The way the judge was telling our Sanshitu, soften your pedal, baby boy.
Yes, so reduce your temperature. Reduce your temperature.
The
When
room
San
was
Obano,
hot. It was hoo. Now, my question goes this. I said, I asked the question, did you all witness a lady coming out from the same car? Now make it make sense to me. You reported that your husband was fired. Initial statement, you went to Falana. According to Falana's chamber, that was what they are doing. They are in defendants, right? Now, the Nigerian police says this is a primary suspect. How can the same lawyer come from the same vehicle? Make it make sense. You are accusing this person, and the person that you are accusing is the criminal. According to them, the primary suspect, the lawyer, is also in the same car with who is reporting. Does it make sense? Anyway, let me start by thank you. Now, my opening points be this. Let me start. Thank you very much, Honorable York Daddy. As at 10:07 a.m., I wrote it. Wumi's lawyer, was around outside the inquest. That was when he came in with those other sets of people. Even as at that period, Shashangele was already present before that. Ziyadura was present before this 10:07 a.m. But as at 10:07 a.m. that was when the lawyer of Wumi came in. As at 10:49, right, Wumi's lawyer entered into the court around that time with the other lawyers. That's with the lawyer of the North lawyer and one other representative of theirs that came in. So maybe that's Mama Mohbad's lawyer. I think that's Mama Mohbad's lawyer, the guy, because there were three that came in. Wumi's lawyer, but this was as at 10:49 a.m. As at 11:28, the judge then asked, them that where are the other people? Because initially they were running the other courts. They had a sitting initially. So there were some other people that now said, oh, Sanshitu is outside. They are waiting for the other people to leave the hall so they can come in. And it wasn't long. 11:18, Sanshitu entered inside the hall. That was when Sanshitu entered. At 11:47, Sanshitu introduced himself, and the other lawyers introduced themselves. And Naira Marley's lawyer came up. There's this woman, that's the lawyer Abiodun also. She's representing for women affairs or something like that. She was also there. Please, you bear with me. I was actually at the extreme end because you can't sit in front like that because of family. They will kick me out. So in order to avoid being kicked out, I went to hide in corner. Going forward, when it was time, the judge said, okay, everybody should. The judge even came in before them, definitely. Sorry. So the judge then, Sanshitu now asked the judge about what Gurexy just said about Bankole and Smith. Because I wrote it here, Prof Smith, I was abbreviating it. If they sent in an order, if she got an order that he got one, and the judge was like, the magistrate also, she was like, she didn't get any. So he was like, please check your phone that is being sent to him. Didn't the rest people get it? They were nodding their heads. I don't know, maybe one counselor was trying to say yes, I don't know. So one other guy, that's the pathologist lawyer, stood up and said, sorry, the stuff that people are talking about, he did not get a copy. He said, let's move forward. Everybody have said they didn't get a copy that They need to move on. So it was then Sanshitu now had to take the floor. But the judge was like, the magistrate was like, she didn't see anything. That maybe later she will check. Maybe it will fall in her own. But for days now, she hasn't, as at the moment she even sat there. And if they look at it, she has been sitting there since morning. That's like, let me say, I got there before 8. They have started the sitting. If you remembered, I was live, like showing people that they all was getting food. They had already started at some point then. So she was like, she hadn't touched her phone, so she doesn't know of anything like that. Maybe when it's time, she would, during the recession, maybe that's when she might see it. She doesn't know. So they said, okay, let them move forward with the inquest. So Sanshitu now asked the pathologist about his profession, that how long has he been, if you cannot wait, leave. Don't tell me summarize your narrative, Koko, get out. So moving forward, Emma Binu. Moving forward, Sanshitu now asked the pathologist, how long has he been in practice? You understand, like his background. So he said he has been practicing like since 2010. That he started with, he joined the pathologist team since 2010. So then the other part was another. They talked. He introduced himself properly and said other things.
Sorry, Naimoli, please hold on. Let me make this announcement. Please, for the sake of sanity and positive, whatever, any negative comments will block. The person that says summarize now, I don't know, maybe it's your data they are using. I've blocked you. I don't want to know who you are. Any negative comments, I will block you, Nick. Continue, please.
All right. So he further asked again. He now told him to open to page 2. I think that's about the the CTC. I don't know, BioBillion. If you can go on to the CTC, because they read about the CTC. That's in the not CTC, the results. That's autopsy results. So that we read about
result, it's page 4 pages. Page 2 is the information of the autopsy.
Yes. So he asked him about the information, told him to read about it. So while they were reading about it, he talked about the injury, because I marked it. He said around that injury part, that if the heart, so he started talking about injury. He said if somebody's heart maybe got an injury towards the heart, are you saying that the part that you, because according to him, they wrote severe, moderate to severe. I think I need to go and get that autopsy result out so that we'll be able to work with it. He said the autopsy result, according to their autopsy result, it was saying moderate to severe. If you are saying it's from moderate, it got to severe, are you saying that at the severity of it hitting the heart, would you say that the thing cannot cause, can you say that it can lead to death? The pathologist answered yes. That was what he was saying. He was just saying yes, that it can lead to death. Because before then, when they were asking him a question, it was not like, let him explain. Sanshitu said, no, all I need is your answer, straight answer. Yes or no is what they want to deal with. Going on to the next part, Sanshitu now still talked about the stuff, another part that he said the spleen area. You also said moderate to severe in your investigation. If you are saying that this stuff that you discovered, that it was from a moderate state, it can get to a severe state, do you agree that when it's severe, it can lead to death? The pathologist said, yes, correct, that it can lead to death as well. So Sanshitu still talked about the adrenaline, trying to break down the hormones and everything to him, and now said that if it's in severe states, do you believe it can also lead to death? The pathologist agreed as well, said yes. He said you talked about he talked about the pancreas, talked about the kidney, that you mentioned it, that it gets from moderate to severity. And he asked, do you think that it can lead to death as well in a severe case? He said yes, it can. So Sanshitu referred him to page 8. So, and in that page 8, I think they were asking about the major injuries, because when he said the injuries, the pathologist was not like, no, it's just an injury. The son said, okay, injury, that let's say, he now said it's a minor injury, that is not that a minor injury. Okay, Sanshitu now asked him, yes, because from the answer I remember the question too. Sanshitu now asked him, that can a minor, do you agree that a minor or a major injury, like a severe injury, a serious wound, or a minor wound can lead to death? So he was saying, no, he needs to explain. Sanchitu said, answer. He now said, minor injury cannot lead to death, cannot lead to cause of death. That minor injury won't lead to cause of death. Sanchitu said, so no blood, hold on, please. So he was saying, so no blood seemed, sorry, please. Plus stab injuries, no bleeding, but there's, yes, okay, so he talked about it. He said, so now they said in the injury now, he's trying to say that at the burial ground, when they, in that test, right, in that page 8, they talked about the bleeding part, said under his test that he said there was no blood, they didn't find eje, that they found mud and all that. He now said that yes, that they found he said no blood, that they didn't get any blood on Mohbad's body. But the only way they could get blood from Mohbad when they wanted to do their test is from the blood vessels, that they had to scrape the vessels in order to get blood. Okay, let me just say, he says no, he got blood from vessels. So he said yes. So I'm sorry, I'm reading my question in order to answer you so that you get it. So he says he got the blood shot from the, from the blood vessels. And if they were able to take blood immediately after Mohbad died in less than 24 to 48 hours, it's always easy. But after 8 days, they will have to go through the inner part of the body, that's like maybe from the arts, that they were able to scrape from the vessels there to use in running tests. So Sanchitu says, the last page of the toxicology, so he interjected and was like, he's not the one that, gave the results and all that. But at some point, Sanchitu now interjected because I didn't really jot that part. So Sanchitu replied him saying, but you came to defend this result from them, right? So Sanchitu now, he now said yes. So another part was page 3. Sanchitu referenced page 3. And I think at that part there, that was when he was summarizing the pathologist, hold on please, statement. Okay, yes, that's when he was responding to pathology statement, saying that if pathologist is saying he cannot respond for the toxicologist, how can he come to the court to defend what he doesn't know? That he should have made his proper findings before coming to defend in the last inquest that he, went to defend it. He now said that, okay, wait, let me ask. There is a part where, okay, yes, can the doing cause the cause? Okay, so at some point they now talked about, I need to get to that point.